What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Faith Talks segment. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, click those notification bells, and go check out my other content because I have a lot and I got some good content too. So first, I got a new intro, so I think you guys are gonna like it. I also got a new outro, so I'm excited about it. But so today's topic is about being in quarantine. Throughout this pandemic, a lot of bad has happened, and a lot of good has happened as well. But being in quarantine, I feel like has allowed things to change. It has allowed for minds to wander, for people to think a lot, for people to focus a lot more too. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright. So, the pandemic started in March, like the middle, more like the end of March is when everyone was forced to go into quarantine. So, one thing that being in quarantine has definitely done, if you were that person that actually did stay in the house like you were supposed to and didn't really go anywhere unless it was necessary, like the grocery store or to go get medication or something like that, you were good. So being in quarantine, it did keep us safe from large crowds and spreading the virus, and that's what we wanted to do. Although lately the numbers have risen up again, that's what we did want to do. We wanted to keep those numbers down, banish the numbers. So being in quarantine and staying in your house, it did keep you safe from the virus somewhat. It was more likely a chance you didn't catch corona if you stayed in the house than you going out. Another thing, so while you were in quarantine, like I said, minds did start to wander because you were forced to be in the house. You were forced to be in your own home. You were forced to be in your own mind. So I feel like it allowed people to focus more. It allowed people to look back and think about what they were doing at the time. So I do think that being in quarantine definitely did allow you to focus. It allowed you to think about what was going on in your life. Think about what you wanted to happen in the future. Think about your past. Focus on the now. It allowed you to focus on the now, and I think that was pretty good for a lot of reasons. Because I think when people are going, they don't really have a lot of time to focus or really think about what's going on. They're just focused on that task, and then they're just moving. So they're going from one place to the other, and they don't really have a lot of time to just sit, reflect, and think about and focus on what's going on at the moment. So yes, being in quarantine allowed you to focus. Number 3, being in quarantine, now this is for me specifically, and I feel like a lot of others too, being in quarantine allowed people to set some goals. Like I said, you had to sit and think about what was going on. So you were thinking about your future. And so during quarantine, you might have set some goals as to what you wanted to do, whether it was lose weight, whether it was do better in school, whether it was become a manager at your job. It allowed you to set a goal for yourself, and it also allowed you to try and go forth with the goal and trying to achieve it, which is also my next point. You achieved some goals, maybe some things that you couldn't do a few months ago, a couple years ago, because you didn't have the time. with being in quarantine, you not being able to go anywhere, it allowed you to probably take some time and sit there and achieve a couple things. Like maybe your goal was to redecorate your room. I know I definitely did. My room is completely different than what it was when I started quarantine, and that was a set goal. Another goal that I wanted to start recording music. I started recording music, which I'm not gonna put out because not yet, I should say. But I started recording music, so it allowed you to set goals and achieve some of those goals that you really wanted to. Another thing is, and for me personally, and I don't know if you are a spiritual believer, but it allowed me to get closer with God. Like I said, you have to sit and think. And so I think that things happen for a reason. I'm a Christian believer. I believe in God, Jesus, all that jazz. So I believe that this is all happening for a reason, and that God is making us sit down and just literally look at what he can do. And he's like, oh, so you're not, like these storms that he's been putting, like these storms that have been happening lately. Oh, okay, you don't want to sit down? Boom, I'm gonna make you sit down. And that's how I've been watching more preaching videos. I've always listened to gospel music, but I've listened to much more than I had than a couple months ago, or I should say. But it definitely has allowed me to get a closer relationship with God. I'm seeking to get an even better one. I want to read my Bible more. Definitely that. I want to get into the Word more and understand why things happen. And I want to be able to encourage some people. So definitely it has allowed me to get closer with God, and I think it also has allowed a lot of other people to get closer with God as well, because like I said, if you're not gonna sit down, he's gonna make you sit down and see what's happening here, and he's going to sit there and make you get a closer relationship with him. And that's what I thought, and that's what I low-key think he was doing with this whole quarantine corona type stuff. So yeah, getting closer with God. I don't really have much for this segment at all. One, because it's self-explanatory and that not everyone has the same experiences that I did. Two, some people were going to work during quarantine too, so but I do think that being in quarantine definitely helped people. It might have hurt some people too, but I think it helped them, your mental state. Honestly, I think it helped your mental state. Now being in the house all day, not socializing, especially for a lot of extroverts, I think it was kind of good for some of them to just sit down, not go out, not be able to physically conversate with people. So I think it was kind of good for introverts. I mean, yeah, but they probably enjoyed quarantine because they don't like people. But so I know this video was severely short. I don't like making too long videos, but I just like to provide enough information on certain topics. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys do have any topics that you guys want to hear, drop it down in the comments, let me know, and then I'll put it on my list so that way I can go ahead and get to go ahead and do them, I should say. I'm illiterate, like, swear. But let me know what kind of topics you guys want to hear. School starting up back soon, so good luck to all you guys going into school. Good luck to all my people going into college. Congratulations on your graduating. So yes, other than that, yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, go check out my other content if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next Faith Talks segment. Y'all finna like this outro, but bye.